Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. I got my favorite buddy in town. His name's Echo from Above. Echoes. It's not Echo. Echoes from Above.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to school me today on La Tesla. La Tesla. And cryptocurrency. So we were going to do this last time, but I guess we just got so enthralled with each other that we didn't talk about these important topics. So welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, that was our first time. So, first time is always the shocker interview. It's like we got to get to know each other a little bit.
I know. But now we have an opportunity to talk about La Tesla and crypto. So which one do you want to start with? Which one are you going to convince me to buy tomorrow morning on April Fool's Day?
Maybe Tesla. We can start with Tesla.
La Tesla.
Tesla's what everybody wants us to talk about. So we can
lay out your thesis why I should buy Tesla, which I already have Tesla in my index funds. Just remember that. But I want to know why I should put more money into Tesla.
Well, Tesla outperforms the indexes like every year, and it's going to continue to do that. That's one.
Well, it has outperformed the index. I agree. But I disagree that it's going to continue to outperform the index. So I want to hear more about why you think Tesla is going to keep going to the moon.
I think it's one of the best companies in the world. I think their growth numbers are insane. I think they're going to continue to beat analyst projections. This is a company that has way more demand than they can even keep of. And this is because of the chip shortage and supply chain issues and things like that. They're opening several new factories. They've got the Gigafactory in Texas. They've got the other factory in Berlin, I believe. And it's just one heck of a company. They beat analyst expectations every single quarter. And there's no telling what they're going to do in the future, to be honest with you. It's just one of those great companies that you just want to buy.
So when you look at Tesla, do you see it as a car company or do you see it as something more than that?
They are not a car company. No, they're a tech company.
And why do you think they're a tech company?
If you look at their Tesla vehicle, it is literally a computer on wheels. They are not a car company. They're a tech company.
Yeah, but it's a car. Wouldn't you agree they make cars?
They make computers on wheels is what I honestly No, that's the honest truth. That is there's nothing like a Tesla. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if you look at like a Lucid or any of those other cars and compare it to a Tesla, there's just no comparison. A Lucid is a car. A Rivian is a car. Tesla is a little different. Tesla is like a computer. It's kind of like, you know how Apple is thinking about making a car? It's honestly similar to that. Whatever Apple's going to do, it's not going to be a car. It's going to be a computer.
Yeah, but like, what does this computer do that makes it stand out from any other, even like a gas-powered car? I mean, could I have a gas-powered car that has the same technology as Tesla?
No.
But no? Why not? Because the electricity is just the power source.
I can't speak too far into that because I don't have a Tesla, but from the research that I've done, there's just nothing like a Tesla. I mean, they've got all these like software updates and the thing drives on its own, and there's just all this cool stuff that car can do that no other car can do.
I mean, a lot of cars have self-driving. I mean, maybe Tesla's in the lead. I really honestly don't know if they're in the lead or not with self-driving. I mean, I know there's some competition out there. But I mean, I've seen plenty of cars that have like all sorts of technology. You know, they have the cruise control and they can slow down and they can beep when you change lanes. You know, there's all sorts of stuff in all these different cars. So like what distinguishes, like why is Tesla's technology so superior to any other car?
I know they've got the FSD thing. I know that's a big reason why. And I know that they just have a huge demand for their product. They have an insane demand for their product.
So do you think they have a moat? I mean, yeah, right now I don't dispute that they're pretty dominant in the EV market. Mm-hmm. But the company as a whole, if it's just a computer on wheels, do you see it having a moat that's going to last forever into the future?
Not forever, but yeah, pretty far into the future, yes, to be honest. I mean, we could even get into valuation too, if you want to, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to valuation. I'm just trying to understand, like, why. See, because, like, I'm driving on the road, and I see a Tesla, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a car. I mean, sure, it may have some cool gadgets and gizmos, and maybe its self-driving is superior, but at the end of the day, it's a car. That's what it does. It takes you from point A to point B. It doesn't matter what gizmos. I mean, you could cook tattoo truckers' taint if it has a built-in oven. I don't know if they do that, but no matter what, at the end of the day, it's a car. You go from point A to point B. And
okay, I'll say this. I think more important than how maybe you or I feel about the car, I think the most important thing is the customers absolutely love the car and they have an absolutely insane demand for their products. And it's not just cars because they don't just do cars. They sell a whole bunch of other stuff that has an insane demand that people buy.
But if you look at the revenues, I mean, people say, oh, it's not just a car company. But you look at the revenues and 85, 90% of their revenues consistently come from cars. I mean,
For
just
now, yes.
consistently.
For now.
Yeah, but I don't even see a change in the trends. I mean, all I see is every quarter I check. As soon as the earnings come out, I check. And every freaking quarter, it's like 85 or 90%. I mean, yeah, they do. Tesla does do other things, but at the end of the day, if 90% of the revenues come from cars, no matter how cool the car is, it's a car company.
And even with those cars though, they're beating delivery numbers every year. Like they're beating analyst estimates of how many cars they're going to deliver, and they're probably going to do it again this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I don't dispute that they are beating estimates, but that still doesn't convince me that this car company is worth $1 trillion when the next largest car company is Toyota, and they make 12, 13 times as many cars per year.
What's Toyota's value? I know, but Toyota's not the same as a Tesla. But what's their valuation? Do we know?
I mean, I haven't checked in a while. I think it's like 250 billion. I mean, it's a third or a quarter of Tesla's market cap, and they produce 12 times as many cars. Now, I've actually done videos where you look at Tesla's market cap and you compare it to all the other car companies: Ford, GM, Toyota, Nissan, Volkswagen, and Tesla is just so insanely high above all those other car companies. And then you compare that to the revenues that the companies generate. And it's an exact flip-flop. Tesla's very, very tiny, and all the other car companies have massive amounts of revenues every year. So like, what do you think about that? Do you think, I mean, you can go watch that video, but if you compare the numbers, you look at the market cap versus the revenues of the industry, Tesla is just such, in my opinion, such an insane bubble that I think at some point people are going to get hurt.
You think people get hurt by owning the stock?
I think, absolutely. Well, it depends on when you bought it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you bought it when I bought it, I think you'll be fine. But yeah, if you buy it at freaking 1,200, then yeah, maybe. But let me say this about the Toyota thing. I would say, how many shares outstanding does Toyota have? Because that could be a reason.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to look at that. That could be a reason for the valuation too, a little bit. Like why the stock price is so high. Toyota might have way more shares, period, than Tesla does. Because you notice Tesla always has to do a stock split because their price just keeps going so crazy high.
Yeah, well, I'm not looking at stock. I'm looking at market cap. So like the total value of Toyota is like $250 billion, something like that. I haven't looked in a while. I mean, I'm not a Toyota fanboy. They're nice cars, but I don't track the stock. Tesla, the total value of the company is now back over $1 trillion. And Toyota is just one company. You have to stack up Ford, GM, Toyota, Volkswagen, all these companies, you have to stack them up. And they're still smaller than Tesla.
Yeah, I think this is proving my point, though. I think you're proving my point, though. So Tesla's not a car company. It's a tech company. So the better comparison would be Tesla to Apple or somebody else because Tesla's a tech company.
Yeah, but I don't understand. See, if they produce a car and 90% of their revenues, it's a car. I mean, are you disputing that Tesla is a car? The Model 3, the X, the Y, the sexies.
It is, but what makes the car so special is the tech. That's what makes the car so special. Without the tech, the car is nothing. It's a regular car. But because of the tech separates the car from all the other cars on the road.
Yeah, but like, what does the tech do? I mean, I know it's got full self-driving, which apparently I don't think it's.
Yeah, and that's where you get me. See, that's the thing. I was really gonna get a Tesla, but it's just so dang expensive. It's just not financially.
That's another point right there. Oh, okay, wait, let's get there a little bit. So, a lot of people are projecting that Tesla's going to grow. Well, at least the current valuation is it's going to grow at 40-50% going forward into the future for X amount of years. Now, if you I did the math, and if you compound Tesla's growth by 50% every year for the next 10 years, it would have a $3 trillion market cap or $3 trillion in revenues in 10 years, which is freaking insane to me. Now, where I really get stuck up is if you look at the Tesla, like you just said it, it's a very expensive car. The average Joe cannot afford to buy a Tesla, or if they do, they don't got any money to save or whatever. So how is this car company going to continue to grow at such a massive pace where they're generating $3 trillion of revenue, potentially, if they're growing at 50% compounded per year? How could they possibly grow that fast if the average person can't afford them? I mean, to me, it seems like you'd have to have everybody that's wealthy in the world all buying Teslas. And even then, I'm not sure that that would justify or lead to $3 trillion of revenue.
I'll say this. One, poor people always buy things that they can't afford. So I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I'll say this. In my neighborhood, there are Teslas everywhere. And I know most of the people who are buying these cars can probably not afford them, but they're still getting them anyway. And even with that, I wouldn't say, yes, a poor person couldn't afford it, but I think a middle-class person could afford a Tesla. And there's a ton of middle-class people here in America. And regardless of how we feel, people are buying Teslas. I don't know who's buying them, where, but I'm telling you, people are buying those dang cars. They can't even keep up with all the orders they have. Like, if you go order a Tesla right now, you're not going to get it. You're going to have to wait like a little minute to get it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's all
going to continue
right now. But at the end of the day, the reason their demand's so high is because they don't produce that many cars. I mean, they produce a lot of cars.
They produce a lot.
Relative to other car companies, they produce a fraction of the other.
They're still growing, though. They don't have as many factories as like some of these companies that have been here for 100 years, but they'll get there.
Yeah, so but that's my point. So I'm not disputing they're going to grow going into the future a lot faster than other car companies. You know, all the other ones are established. But when you look at Tesla, I just don't see how it can continue to just grow and grow and grow. Because at a certain point, you know, especially with interest rates rising, which percolates down to car loans, home loans, I just don't see how the average person is going to be able to afford this car. Now, with these super low interest rates that we have, okay, maybe, but we know rates are probably going to go up. Inflation, blah, 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 blah. I think that's going to hurt Tesla disproportionately more than other car companies that produce much cheaper cars, because the average person with higher interest rates definitely can't afford to buy a Tesla.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I understand there's always going to be people who don't like Tesla or against it, but historically, Tesla's always proven those people wrong. Like, even if we look back a few weeks, like Tesla
it's short-term volatility. But my thesis is the reason the stock is so high is obviously because people have priced in insane revenue growth going into the future, and they have a certain margin. You know, they do all their little discounted cash flows, whatever they're doing. But at the end of the day, my fundamental problem with Tesla's valuation is that I think at a certain point, all that revenue growth that's priced in is not going to happen. There's going to be a quarter, or there's going to be at some point where they're going to reach their total addressable market, and they're going to have one bad quarter where their revenue isn't growing at 50% every year. And I think that stock's going to tank. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad company. I mean, my neighbor has a Tesla, which I throw eggs at their house all the time. But what I am saying is I don't think it's worth $1 trillion. I think it's worth a lot less than that. And until they come out with a car that's affordable, that's fully electric, I don't see it. I just don't see how they're going to dominate the world when they're so expensive and there's so much competition, you know. Yeah. And a lot of the growth it's already priced into the stock. You know, it really gives me weird vibes when, you know, Tesla opens a factory and the stock goes up X%. Well, it's like, okay, we already knew the factory was going to open. I mean, I don't see why the stock's going up if the factory opened when everybody knew it was going to open. You know what I'm saying? It's very weird. To me, it just seems like it's very bubblish. I mean, I could be wrong, but I am not a buyer of Tesla at this moment. We'll keep it at that.
Maybe it'll come back to at some point. Maybe if it goes to $500, you'll take a gamble.
I mean, I buy it every 2 weeks. I got my little auto contribution going into.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Yep.
Yeah. Through my ET.
And keep in mind, I'm not a Tesla shield for those. I want to make sure you guys understand that Tesla makes up a relatively decent position in my portfolio, but it's not like 50% of my portfolio or anything crazy like that. I don't want people to think I'm over
trimming a little bit. I mean, because if you bought in a while ago, you probably have some serious gains.
Yeah, but I didn't buy that many. I think most of my gains came from May 2021. That's when I really piled in. So at around like $500 when I really started to pile in.
So you've doubled your money.
Yep.
Saying to you, you think it's going to keep going higher. So like, where do you see it in the next 5?
No, when it went to 1,200, I definitely took profits for sure. Because I didn't expect it to explode like that. I really did. I'm like, holy cow.
So do you have a certain price point in mind where you would liquidate the entire position?
I plan to hold it forever, but I mean, to be honest, I had a pretty big position back then, so I sold. But I mean, I don't know if the thing just ran to like 2,000, then yeah, maybe, probably, like something insane like that, probably. Because I'm realistic. I tend to think when I make investments, I tend to look for 100% return on my money. I don't think of no 2,000% or anything like that. So if Tesla just goes to the absolute moon, something insane, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same feeling about Bob. If there's some kind of massive bull run and it goes to like $300-$400, like, you know what? Maybe I'll sell.
Yeah, you gotta take some money off the table because that's
we'll see. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. I'm trying to understand the beauty of Tesla, but
that's okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not a Tesla expert. I'm not claiming to be. I mean, I'm an investor in it, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person on it. I'm probably more knowledgeable about DraftKings than Tesla, actually.
I don't know jack about it. You probably crushed me with DraftKings. I have no idea. I mean, I could look at the financials, but I don't know jack about that company.
I know, the financials aren't good. Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
That's my gamble stock.
All right, so I think that concludes it for Tesla. All right,
that's fine.
It's a draw. But now we need to get to the meat, crypto. I want to talk about cryptocurrency and why I should buy it. All in, 100% Bitcoin. Why?
Well, no, not all in. Your father's gonna take that seriously. No, I think it's worth a gamble at least. I think it should make a small percentage of your portfolio. I'm not sure I'll convince you on that because I don't know how well you understand it. Honestly, crypto is really complicated. And it's one of those things where you either understand it or you really don't. Like, you really have to understand it to like get invested in it. But for me,
I mean, to me, like, in my opinion, I don't have to understand the tech behind it. Mm-hmm. What my issue with crypto, and I have no issue with the technology. I mean, cool, maybe it'll solve a bunch of problems. I have no doubt it might, or, it might facilitate crime. I don't know. I don't know where crypto is going to go. But my problem with crypto is I cannot value it. No matter what anybody tells me or tries to convince me, I don't see how you can assign a value to any cryptocurrency, because at the end of the day, it doesn't produce anything. Yeah, it helps people, execute transactions or whatever, but you cannot look at future cash flows and find a buy point or get a valuation, because there are no cash flows. It's literally just a digital commodity that people trade back and forth.
I think that's where the problem is. I don't think you can value crypto the same way you would value a stock. I think that's the issue. I think that's kind of where Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are with that too. Like, crypto is just completely different.
Yeah. I mean, that's
like
the
value it brings is not something necessarily physical, like a stock that's like bringing in money and selling stuff, and like it's an actual company. Like, crypto's value comes from like its decentralization, usability, things like that.
Yeah, and then the other issue I have with it is I don't know which crypto is going to win out. I mean, everybody's a fan of their certain crypto, Doge, Elon, and
that's a problem. I agree, that's an issue.
It's like, which one's going to win? I mean, like, honestly, like, I make fun of Jeremy Lofufu, our best friend. I mean, I know you're probably more of a Meet Kevin hater, but at least Jeremy, one smart thing he did is, if you want to play crypto, in my opinion, I think you should just buy a brokerage, because no matter which cryptocurrency wins out, the brokerage is making money no matter what, because every time somebody trades, they collect fees. And Coinbase is a massive ripoff. I actually went on there, and like, it's about a year ago. I was like, oh, I'll gamble on Cardano. I put money in Cardano for like a day and a half, and I made like $100. I was like, oh, I made $100. And then I sold it. Coinbase took like half the profits. Yeah. Man, I was like, this is BS. So
should have got Binance, man. The fees are smaller.
I don't know. That was my short venture into crypto. I actually, so I bought like $200. I spread it over 4 or 5 different cryptos. Then I sold it all. and then I did Cardano for like a day, and then that was it. But I mean, like, to me, because it has no fundamental like way to value it, it scares the crap out of me because it can literally go to zero in the blink of an eye because it's all based on sentiment. If people like it, it can go wherever. It can go to $1 trillion, whatever coin you're buying. If people get tired of it, it can go to zero. There's no fundamental underpinning.
I think there's always going to be a community of people who are going to hold the main cryptos. So for me, Cardano, the ones that are basically in the top 10 market cap, to be honest. So like Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, things like that. I think there are always going to be people that are going to hold that. I don't see those cryptos ever going to zero. Like people still use it. People transfer it to each other. People do other things with those coins. And you also have some cryptos that have like their own like ecosystem. So they have a bunch of things under their wing, kind of like Ethereum. Like there's some cryptos, like I believe Shiba Inu is under the Ethereum network, I believe. So you do have some cryptos that really have some serious utility.
Yeah, but there's no, it's almost like, I guess you could call it a moat. To me, most cryptos or all cryptos don't have a moat, quote unquote, because you can literally just copy the crypto, the technology, and name it a different coin. And then
no, you can't do that. No.
Why not? Why couldn't
you can make your own crypto, but you can't make another Ethereum. No. That is because
it's literally there's no possible way I could, like, if I had the resources, I could make another Ethereum.
There are people who already tried to do that. Like that's basically what Solana and Cardano are. Solana and Cardano were created by people who tried to make it better than Ethereum. That's literally what they are.
Yeah, but I mean, so Ethereum. Okay, I mean, those are. I guess those cryptos are still around. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, they're like right under Ethereum. They're like
the top so they're still around. So there's still a chance they could potentially take over Ethereum. I mean, there's no
chance, but there is a chance. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no moat. I mean, even Ethereum, you can just recreate it, and if you get enough people to buy into it and trade it and use it for transactions or whatever, you can replace any crypto because it's so replicable. You know, unlike there's certain companies, stocks, whatever, that they have a very, very strong moat, and it's very hard to replace them, and you can value them. So that's some of the reasons I don't like crypto. I mean, I'm not against people if you want to speculate in it. It's like, okay, you want to buy Poop Coin or Cum Rocket or whatever.
Okay, well, that's different. Okay, we can't do that because you're comparing the meme coins to real cryptos. Like Ethereum is not Cum Rocket.
I can't tell them apart. I
see
can't.
That, right, that's the problem. So you'd probably have to do more research to really understand it because Ethereum is so complicated and there's so much more to Ethereum than freaking these weird coins out here like Jake Paul coin and all this other crazy stuff.
Jake Paul, is that a thing?
Yeah, he made his own crypto. I think it was Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of them. They made some coin called Dink Doink or something. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, people actually bought it. That stuff gives crypto a bad name, but like the original cryptos, the ones that first started, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, things like that, those are the really good ones.
So what are your thoughts about the government potentially? You know, because the government's kind of like, they're starting to regulate crypto a little bit. You see the states going after Voyager, stuff like that.
Yep.
But what do you think about the potential of the government eventually creating its own cryptocurrency backed by the U.S. government once the technology matures and the government's able to like implement it? Are you concerned that might have a negative impact on other cryptocurrencies?
No. I don't even know if the government even really knows what they're doing in that space, to be honest with you. And I've looked at the government's
stupid, but eventually they'll get around to.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out eventually. I'm not going to say it's tomorrow. There's not many bright minds there, but they'll definitely figure it out. I mean, so you don't think that could potentially have, negative ramifications for any other cryptocurrency?
No, I don't, to be honest. At least not the main ones, no. I think regulation is good for crypto. There's been a lot of people been getting ripped off and scammed. I think regulation is good.
So if you think if it becomes more regulated, do you think we're still going to see such wild swings up, down? I mean, do you think crypto is just going to keep going up and up and up? In the long
to
run?
Be honest, I do, but I'm not. I also understand it's very risky. It could always go down, down, down. It could also go down, down, down too. You don't know what it'll do in the short term, but in the long term, I think it will go up. Yes, I really do. And I also think there's going to be more utility for it as time goes on. I really do. I think there's going to be more things you could do with it. I think more businesses are going to let you buy stuff with it. I really see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think the technology, like I said, I think the technology isn't going anywhere. I mean, maybe some good stuff will come out of it. I don't know. I can't. I look at all the cryptos. I'm like, oh, any of them can be replaced. There's so many scams out there. I just don't know what to freaking do. And to
Yeah, I
me,
think
it's
you just
not
need.
worth it. If I get terrible anxiety if I can't value something. To me, it's worthless. It's worth literally nothing because it can go to
Okay.
zero in a heartbeat. So it's just it goes against everything that I've been trained to do. You know.
And that's fine. Crypto's not for everybody. So honestly, that's fine. I would definitely say it's not for everybody, but for people who are in that world and get it, it really does have value, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hate the scammers, and to me, it seems like
Yeah.
there's a lot of scams going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like that's almost like the dominant thing that's going on with crypto. Every freaking influencer is creating their own crypto, pumping it
Yeah.
up.
Giving them
It,
a
it does
bad
give
name.
crypto a
Yeah.
bad name.
Yeah,
Very,
you're
very
right.
bad.
I'll agree with you on that. It's unfortunate.
So if I was to buy crypto, if I was to YOLO 100% tomorrow, what would I buy? What's the best crypto?
I'd say Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, something like that. Bitcoin. I would say just stick to the winners, the ones that are just dominant in that space, and just have a bunch of holders. And these cryptos actually have teams that are continuing to work on the project too, and add things to it and make it better. Like they have these things called devs, and people who are actually like working on the project continuously.
Yeah,
But those are
actually,
the
I had a
ones I would
guy in the
stick to.
channel a while back. He actually like knows all about how to create cryptocurrencies. He made a truck
Really?
stop token, and he was about to release it. And I was like, please don't do that, like, because I don't know what would freaking happen. I mean, I don't have that big of a channel, but you can imagine if I was a lot bigger and I have a freaking truck stop token. I
People
mean,
buy
that
it.
could be wild.
Yeah.
So, what percentage of your portfolio do you have in crypto?
About 7, 8%, something like that. I'm a little bit more aggressive into it, but I would definitely recommend less than 5%. And I'm also say this: I also bought crypto early too, so it's fine for me because I bought it early. But right now, I wouldn't lose my mind buying too much of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against 5%. I mean, like I say, you can do 5% of your portfolio, whatever you want to do with it. I mean, you could buy options, crypto. I don't know, cow manure futures, whatever you want to do. You know, just
Yeah,
just have fun. I mean, because it keeps life entertaining. But yeah, I mean, as long as you got 95% better stuff that you can
yeah,
value, I think you're fine. So,
yeah.
well,
And it's crazy to say, but percentage wise, even though I had a small position, crypto did outperform my stocks tremendously in 2021. Like crypto just absolutely went to the moon. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had another run like that sometime soon. Not sometime soon, but sometime in the future.
yeah, I mean, there's always going to be phases. Like, one asset's going to crush it over a certain time period, and another asset will rise and
Mhm.
crush that. But in the long run, to me, if you own stocks and you're 100% stocks, I mean, you're owning companies, which I don't think are
Yeah.
going away unless we become communist. So in the long run, I'm thinking 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know what cryptos are going to be around, but I know the index is going to be there. And I know all the greatest companies in the world are going to be in that index, So it's a lot
Well,
more comforting for me. It helps me sleep
yeah.
at night with my teddy
Wait,
bear.
hold on. I looked at the chat. This is actually funny. Somebody wants me to ask you about Will Smith. I actually think
Will
it's a bad
Smith.
idea. It's a good idea. I don't know why, but it's funny.
Man, me and Smith go. Me and Willie Boy go way back. The first movie I ever saw with him was Wild Wild West. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's. I mean, you're a young man. You probably haven't seen it, but I mean, it was like it came out in like maybe in the late '90s.
Oh, well, that's why.
Dude, it's freaking awesome. I mean, yeah, it's an older movie, or maybe it
Yeah.
came out later, but I mean, it's freaking awesome. So I would recommend you check it out. But
Okay.
so what do you want to ask me about Will Smith? Is this slap justified?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said ask him about Will Smith, so I guess they want. I guess they want to know if the slap was justified.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. If somebody's talking about your wife, you got to be careful when you talk about people's wives, because you
Yeah.
can set them off. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think was it Chris Rock. I don't even know half these freaking actors' names. I don't watch. I don't care about stars or any of that crap.
Yeah. I
But
understand.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he was trying to intentionally be mean, but you know, I don't blame Will for laying the pimp hand. You know, got to be careful.
Okay.
Oh, didn't you say you had some questions?
Yeah, we're about to get to that. I was gonna say they will not let me get off unless I ask you about me, Kevin. So I have to ask you directly because that's what everybody wants to know. Why don't you make videos about me, Kevin, anymore?
Why don't
they want a definitive answer?
Well, see, back in the day, I was a small YouTube channel, and now I'm massive. You know, millions of subs. But I always kind of went after me, Kevin, and because I knew for the longest time that he was pumping a bunch of trash talks, and eventually he got to the point where he sold out. We all know what happened. But he actually came on my channel and addressed me face to face, and we actually had a debate. So I got a dude that has 1.8 million subscribers to come on my channel and talk to me for a freaking hour. Yeah. And after he did that, I mean, I gained a lot of respect for him. So I mean, I think it was a very smart thing on his behalf to come on because he knew I was getting a lot of inroads talking about him constantly. And I think he wanted to kind of preempt me from continuing to do that by coming on. And it actually worked. I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, I respect him for coming on. And I don't know. I just got bored, to be honest. I mean, I can't talk about me, Kevin, forever and ever and ever. And I just want to go after other grifters. I mean, Jeremy's my next target. I'm trying to get him to come on here. It's been unsuccessful so far, but I think eventually, if I ever start getting like the level of views that I was getting with me, Kevin, Jeremy at some point would have to come on.
Yeah, he'd be forced. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not at that level yet because, I mean, I'm making Meet Kevin video and I get way more views. You know, I can make way more money on YouTube talking about
they love your Meet Kevin videos.
Yeah, but I don't know. He came on. We had our little chat, and now I want Jeremy's cheeks. I've been trying.
No worries. Well, oh, he's in the chat. Look at that. Look at that. He's in the chat.
There he is. That's him.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Meet Breath checking in.
He said meet Breath here.
Yeah, he's Echoes is grilling me right now. He wants me to talk trash about you. Huh?
I said my nickname for him is the YouTube Swindler. You call him Meat Breath. I call him the YouTube Swindler.
I don't know. Meat Breath seemed to have caught on, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Meat Breath was good. Guy Mark
next
says,
question.
I'm a real hater, nothing more. I'm not a real hater. I just express my opinion on Meet Kevin. What's wrong with that? Yeah, somehow you got him to like you. I don't know how you did that. You talked. I went back to you.
Guy.
I went back to your old videos. I'm like, man, you were really going in on him. You have some brutal videos on him, and he still likes you. I'm like, he must not have seen everything.
I mean, well, once you talk to me face to face, you can't resist me. You know, I got that charm.
Yeah, clearly. He's out here paying you $300.
You know, PayPal charges huge fees. By the way, I did not know that.
Yeah, I know, because that's how. Yeah, that's the main app.
It's like I was paying people before with PayPal, and I was sending like $10, $15, whatever. And they weren't charging me any fees. And then I get my payment. And it's like, where'd freaking $15 go? It's ridiculous.
That is somebody said Meet Kevin joined the live. He will never. He will never screw college. He will never.
Hey, you might get him on. Just keep talking. All right.
Strongman is an honest critic. I respect that. Then I met him. Now I love him. There you go.
That's what I said. If you see me face to face, you can't resist my charm.
Well, since Kevin's in the chat, am I still your stepsis, sir? Throw it in the chat if I'm still your stepsis. That's funny. Okay. Somebody said, gotta respect Meet Kevin for showing up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, yeah, Meet Kevin likes you. So anyway, we can move on. Meet Kevin can stay in the chat. Unless you want to talk about Meet Kevin since he's in the chat watching.
Yeah, I mean, let's move on to the next question. I'm sure
this is the one
if Kevin said something, we can address it. But
what'd you say?
Yeah, let's keep going on. I want to hear these other questions. Tough questions.
Somebody said, what percentage of speculative assets do we see as acceptable for most people?
Honestly, 0. But I say
I don't agree with that. 0.
But I mean, like, honestly, like, to me, my rule is always 5%. I say that every freaking video, 5% and 95% index funds. Because, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, if you really think about it critically, a lot of people have no idea what they're freaking doing. And they're just going to waste, most likely, they're going to waste their freaking money. And I'm sure if you know what you're doing and you understand what you're buying, okay, maybe you'll make money. But the vast majority of people don't know why a stock goes up. They don't know why a stock goes down. They don't know how to read financial statements. I don't know. You're just asking to lose money. But, I mean, if you want to play around, 5%, sure.
Yeah, that's true. Well, for me, I think it depends on your financial situation and your age. That's what I think. I think depending on how old you are and how much money you have depends on how much money you could put into speculative investments. So if you're starting off with just $1,000, that $1,000 should go completely to an index fund. There should be no speculation on your part because you're essentially broke and you're trying to build your money up and start investing. I think if you got a pretty decent high net worth and you're a decently young age, then you can take on some speculation in your portfolio. That's just my opinion of what I honestly think. Because people don't understand. Everybody thinks like, oh, you can really make money in stocks, crypto, but people don't understand the other side. Like most people actually lose money doing this. Like majority of people. They put their money and they lose. People leave that part out. They think everything's just AMC, 28,000%, whatever. Like, no, most people lose. So you just got to keep that in mind. You got to like manage your risk.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I do agree with you that obviously if you're just starting out, you should be 100% index, okay? But if you start making a ton of money and you're maxing your 401k and your IRA, okay, if you got money left over after that, do whatever you want with it. But if you're not making jack, you can't afford to risk money because if you lose it, I mean, you just set yourself back maybe a couple of years from retiring. So just be really cautious, everybody.
All right, the next question they asked me, they said, what are 10 ways to live below your means?
10 ways? Jesus. What are 1,000 ways to save money? Well, okay, the first two, don't get a big freaking house, okay? Nobody cares about how big your freaking house is. I live in a 3-bedroom townhouse, and if I quadruple my income, I'm still going to be in this house because I can save more money. So buy a house that's, in a safe neighborhood that you can afford, that isn't extravagant and doesn't suck a lot of your time. Because what that allows you to do is do other things. Like I have a really small backyard. I cut it in 5 minutes and okay, I can go make a YouTube video or tutor or do taxes or whatever. So a house is the number one thing to be careful with. Second one is freaking cars. Okay. Yep. You have to buy a car, get a used one, and don't be extravagant. Don't get a freaking Tesla, Buy a car you can afford, pay it off, and then just keep it forever, I mean, maybe in high school, girls care about cars, but, I don't care now. Nobody cares about freaking cars. It's a way to get from point A to point B. So
yeah, cars are stupid, and they're a headache financially. The maintenance is insane, and people don't take that into account. So yeah,
they're insanely. So I mean, those are the big two right there. And then obviously, I mean, whenever you get a raise at work, just maybe let's say you get a $500 raise, save 300 of it, and then you can use 200 to have more fun with. But you don't want to make more money and then spend it all on a bunch of garbage. So I mean, but that's the general thing. I mean, just don't be stupid. Don't buy a bunch of crap on credit cards. Make sure you have a budget. Have automatic contributions to all your retirement accounts. And it's literally as simple as that. Just keep tabs on your money. I mean, some people it's hard for them to do. For me, I was always a natural at it. It's like, okay, I kind of get a sense when I'm spending too much money. Like, oh, I ate out 3 times this week. I should not do that for 4 or 5 more days. I mean, I just kind of know, I got the 6 cents.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. So, yeah, I agree. And it's hard for the average American to do that for some reason, but it's like it really is that simple. Like you just have to be conscious and just understand where every dollar is going. And I know I know for me, I stick to a very strict budget. Even though I make a pretty decent income, I significantly live below my means, and I got family members and friends who do not understand it. They're like, "Why are you living like this?" It's like, "Cause I'm not trying to go broke." Like
rich loser. Oh yeah, I used to get made fun of so much because I used to be super cheap when I was like 22, 23. Like I can't even. You would laugh if I told you some of the things I did, but hey, it freaking paid off, man. I had a couple hundred G's saved up when I got out of the military, and I mean now I don't worry about money anymore. I mean I'm not wealthy, I'm not a millionaire, but oh, medical bill, okay. Oh, I have to go buy this, okay. Don't care. It's really comforting. So what you're doing is awesome, and then eventually when you're like, well, I don't know, what are you like 24, 25,
27.
20, oh, you're okay. You're not that young. You're old. Yeah, but once you're like 35. Man, you're probably gonna be rolling in dough, and then you can just, you have a lot more flexibility to do whatever you want. I believe in you, especially when Tesla goes to 10,000.
Appreciate that, man. Really, really hoping Apple and Microsoft do that. Let me see what else we got. Last question somebody asked me was, what is a current stock buy on your watch list? Well, we know yours.
Well, another stock I've been eyeing, and I need to do a discounted cash flow, but I'm looking at Tencent.
Yeah.
I'm all about Chinese stocks, man. I mean, I think all the fears are overblown, and the VIE structure doesn't scare me. It's like, okay, I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to want access to China, one of the fastest growing economies in the world. I just don't know a great buy point to buy Tencent at. So I need to do my own research. And once I get that buy point, if there's a big sell-off again in Chinese stocks, I'm going in.
Okay. Not bad. I think the stocks I've been looking at, Disney for sure. Disney's one of my faves. I've been looking at that. And AMD just recently had a very nice pullback. So AMD I'm looking at as well.
What about Intel? All the value investors talk about Intel.
Yeah, Intel is good. I think didn't Intel come down a little bit? I think Intel and AMD are both good.
Yeah, I did an analysis way back, and I remember the number. It's $42 is when I would probably chuck $1,000 or $2,000 into it. I mean, I'm not going to YOLO into any stock, except for Baba. But yeah, if it goes, and I'm not saying anybody else has to do this. I did this analysis like a while back. But yeah, if it goes below 42, I'm seriously looking at it.
Okay. Actually, I have my own question. I just thought about this, and it's funny because her and I were conversating a little bit before you started talking about her. So let's talk about Jeremy STEPSIS. We got to talk about her because her and I literally were talking like a week or 2 weeks about doing a live stream together, and then next thing you know, you started talking about her. I was like, oh,
well, I saw. Okay,
politics are gonna get
what's her channel's name? Diamond Hands
Investing. Yeah.
Man, I saw that. I was like, you have got to be freaking kidding me. She almost could be related to him. I mean, she's got the dark's hair and all that stuff. But I was looking through her videos. Every freaking video is the same stocks that he pumps. And she even says the same expressions, or phrases that he
I saw that. Now, when her and I were talking, she wasn't doing that from what I remember. I don't remember her covering every single Jeremy stock. And then, like, next thing you know, she just started doing that. And I'm like, what happened?
Some people, maybe their channels aren't growing. I mean, it's tough when you start on YouTube. I mean, I remember when I had 50 subs and like 10 views per video.
Yeah,
it sucked. Some people are just like, oh, I can just talk about Jeremy stocks and y'all get a lot of viewers. But I think in the long run, you're setting yourself up for failure because once this stupid market goes away, I mean, a lot of these stocks are just, they've already been decimated, but they're probably going to get more decimated.
Yeah, I don't think they're coming back. Yeah. And I think for her, I think she's actually really smart. I think she's got something good going on. She's really young. She's like 22 or something like that. So I just don't understand why she likes so many of Jeremy's stocks. Maybe she's just easily influenced. I don't know. But I'm hoping maybe in the future she'll kind of get her own lane because I hate to say it, but it really does look like she pumps all of Jeremy's stocks. Like she's got like
she does. It's not even it looks like she does. You go through the list, it's all Jeremy stocks.
I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too harsh. I mean, she is like 23,
Yeah, she's like really young. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, like, I try to be careful about insulting women on YouTube because I know some feminists probably get mad, but I think some women or a lot of women can't take the heat as much as men do, or at least like our public criticism. Because it seems like, women have like big meltdowns if they get criticized. So I'm like, okay, I don't want you like, I don't know, doing something bad to yourself because I was too mean to you. So it's just like, okay, I made one video about her. I don't think I was too mean. And I'll probably troll her channel a little bit, but
yeah, one of her videos, I saw you commenting. I'm like, she's got to be mad because you'll just randomly comment and then your comment gets like 25 likes. So I'm like, she's got to get mad at that. She's gotta be like, oh my God.
I mean, it's good for her channel. It's good for people to talk about she. I mean, I think because she was like right on the cusp of getting 1,000 subscribers, and then I made the video about her.
Yeah, you did.
Kind of bumped her over.
And then she got 1,000. Yep.
Yeah. Now, see, she can thank Strong Man for all that money, all that massive YouTube revenue. Aren't you about to get 1,000? Where are you at right now?
In the 900s.
Oh, yeah,
9 something.
You get those ad tendies.
Yeah, I'm interested. It's interesting what that'll be like.
I mean, it's all about views. I mean, it's really not about subscribers. I mean, I feel like a lot of people watch my channel but don't subscribe to it because I mean, I've had 1 million views, but I have less than 5,000 subscribers. So
yeah,
I guess I'm not appealing enough to subscribe to, but people watch. So I mean, that's how you make the money.
Yeah, no, you get a lot of views for your channel for sure.
It's the views. I mean, because
like more than a lot of people. Time. Yeah, I was looking at some channels. There are people out there that got 20,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, and they only get like 300 views. I'm like, I even get more views than them. Like, what are you doing? Like, where do the subs go?
Yeah, sub counts don't. I don't care about sub count. I mean, if I sit at 5,000 forever, but I quadrupled my views or 10x'd my views,
yeah,
okay. I mean, that's all I wanted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. What else is there?
I don't know. Jeremy.
What do you guys got in the chat? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We talked about Jeremy's STEPSIS. Hopefully she doesn't see this and hate me because she follows me on Twitter too. She gonna get in her feelings.
Even though apparently people like my girl impression. Did you like my impression of her, the female Lafufu?
Versus girl impression.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any interesting comments. What about Dave? What do you think about Dave Ramsey? I'm older than you.
Hey, your Dave Ramsey thing is so funny. I'm not a fan of Dave Ramsey. I think his advice is extremely outdated. Honestly, I think he's another Meet Kevin. I'm sorry to say this. I think he's another guy who is really good at real estate, and that's his thing. And because he made all this money in real estate, now he thinks he could talk about stocks and personal finance. And it's like, no, you're a real estate guy. Stick to that. Like, that's honestly what I think.
Yeah, he's I mean, some things he's good, but I think he's more of a harm than good, personally. I think he screws people over by sending them over to financial advisors.
Yeah, and I have a personal story about him because my family was really involved in the church, and we had like a mega church. And I've seen Dave Ramsey speak before. Like, I've actually seen it. And in my opinion, he like pimps religion to like get people to like buy his books and his courses. In my opinion, like, I've seen him live do it. I'm like, yeah, this guy doesn't look legit. He doesn't seem genuine.
Jesus told me in a dream, you need to buy Total Money Makeover, boy.
Yeah, exactly. He's Bible scriptures.
Yeah, he's in deep with the whole religious.
He is very deep. They love him. Yeah, he's very deep. They really love him. They really do.
I wish people loved me like that, but I'm just hated. All these hate comments. People calling me fat and bald. What is the worst insult you've ever been called on YouTube?
Oh God, that is a great question because I know you get a lot too. I get so many. I don't know.
A consistent insult.
Bans them. What'd you say?
Or a consistent insult. Like, people always call me fat and bald. What is something that people call you a lot?
They haven't called me anything directly. They just said like I'm just like dumb, or like I'm just using other people's name to make a channel for myself, and I'm a hater. I haven't gotten any of the crazy comments yet, but I think when I get more subs, it'll probably come.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't gotten anything too ridiculous yet. But you know what else? I think people might think twice about responding to me because I respond back. I don't just let people just talk crazy and I'll just sit there. No, I'm going to respond back. Like, I'm not
it gets hard after
say whatever you want to say.
It gets really hard after because, like, once you grow a little bit more, you're going to get a ton of comments.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's because I'm in tax season right now, but I don't have time to respond to a lot of comments. I'll do like a couple and then that's it. When I'm on the crap or something at work.
Yeah, I think it helps that I work from home. So like I'm not in an office where people actually gotta watch over me and things like that. Maybe if you work from home, maybe you'd look. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, my last job was work from home, but I don't know.
Yeah, but serious. So
I'm not gonna go to an office forever, but I need to get like the tax experience before I can start my own business, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this: you made a video on Chicken Genius, and I watched that. They were grilling you so hard. I was like, wow. I'm like, the algorithm really helped you because man, they had all the Chicken Genius fanboys in your comments. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes like you'll make a video and you think it won't go anywhere, and then it'll explode. Like my
Yeah.
first video that ever exploded was the Dogecoin millionaire. I made a video about how he's not really a millionaire, and it got like, and this is when I was a really small channel. It got like 8,000 views, which was huge for me back then.
Yeah, that's like
And
me with Saitama, yo.
dude, the freaking hate that I got was unreal. But once I survived that, I was like, I know I can make it on YouTube because if I can get this hate. And another one I did was so here's a really epic one. So I did one on who was that guy? Tech Lead, the guy that made the million token.
I don't know that.
Remember that? Yeah, he's like this dude that he made a token. It was a total scam. And I made a video about it the day he released it. I said, this is a freaking scam. This guy's a scumbag and he's lying to you. And I got so much hate. I think the video got like 11 or 12,000 views. And I had like 10% like to dislike ratio. Well, 2 or 3 weeks later, CoffeeZilla makes a video. And he basically exposes him. And he said some of the things that I said. And that old video that had a bunch of dislikes, so many people watched that and liked it that it actually brought the like ratio back. So I felt super vindicated. I was like, oh yeah, baby. This feels good.
Yeah, my highest video in terms of views has like 8,000 views. And it was a video I made on this meme coin called Saitama. And that was back when I had like 100 subscribers. I've never gotten hate like that in my life. I have like 500 comments. Matter of fact, the meanest comments might be in that video. People said the craziest things. And fast forward to now, it turns out that coin actually was a scam.
Oh, like, yeah, of course. I mean,
like it was a legit scam. And you even had some people going back in the comments like, hey, I'm sorry, man. You were right. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Dude, if you want some real hate, talk about AMC. I mean, I've been
believe it or not. Yeah. People have been asking me to talk about AMC and whatever the guy's name is. I forget his name. What's his name? Trey Trades? Is that it?
Oh, Trey's Trades. Yeah.
And then there's like another guy. Yeah, they want me to talk about them, but I don't know if I want that smoke yet. I don't know.
Yeah, it was I mean, I got so much hate. Like people would make videos and like they were giving me death threats. Like people were like, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna roll up on you. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That is insane.
I was like, okay, this is stupid.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane. Somebody did give me a death threat over a freaking one of the Meet Kevin videos I made. I think it was one of the earlier ones. But I don't take it seriously though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's actually going to do anything. I mean, unless they're a total psycho and they know they can find out where you live. But you know, I take it with a grain of salt. It's like, okay, you're gonna kill me. Okay.
Yeah, I think people just talk. It's just some, it's always the person with no picture, a picture of a freaking elephant or something in their freaking profile picture on YouTube. It's always those type of people.
Oh no, the guy made this one guy. He made a video like because I trashed him at Ape Father. He made a video like a 20-minute video apparently like threatening me and saying he was gonna kill me and stuff. And then he deleted it before I could watch it. So I was like, dang, I wanted to see that.
Yeah, you have some crazy haters. I don't know where these people come from or how they find me.
I don't know what I do to people,
They don't
man.
ever find me.
I don't know. Some people I just set off apparently.
Guy. That's the only guy I got. He's not all that weird though. He's just a Meet Kevin fanboy. He comments on like every Meet Kevin video I make.
Yeah, he actually like asked me to come on his channel too. I was like, all right, you email me or whatever, and then he never got back to me. So it's like,
who, Andrew Paulo?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I don't really care, but it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
All right, so I think we're going to close it down because I need to get ready for bed. But do you have any last comments? Anything you want to say about your channel, Echoes?
Subscribe to my channel. Get me to 1,000 subs, guys. Help a brother out. If you do that, I will make more Meet Kevin videos.
I'm gonna make a new channel. I'm gonna a channel just so I can subscribe to you to get you over 1,000.
There you go.
Maybe I'll do a hate video about you, like I did with Jeremy's STEPSIS, so I can get you over 1,000.
The funny part is that would actually work. I guarantee.
I'll think about it. If you want me to, I'll make you a hate video. Okay.
What'd you say?
If you want to, I'll make you a hate video.
Oh man.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I'm gonna get ready for bed because I got work tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate you for having me on, man. Definitely appreciate
Not a problem. Have a good night, everybody.
it. All right, everybody.
Tschüss.